All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Monday. We've got some NBA to talk about. So we're going to cover each game pretty quick, and then I will get you the best bets and get out of here. So let's walk through the games today. So we've got Pacers and the Magic. So Pacers are traveling to the Magic. Kind of a tale of two teams. Magic played a pretty slow pace. Pacers move pretty quick. Very high over-under of 224 for the Magic. Typically their games are going to be in the low 200s, 212, 213s. So pretty high. I like the Magic here at home. Minus 6.5 is a little rich. I would lean more towards the under in this game. I just think the Magic are able to slow it down a little bit. Prop I would look at in this game, maybe Wendell Carter. I know he's been popping off, but I would maybe look at under his PRA line. Not an official play, but just a lean that I saw in that game. Pistons in the Heat. Should be an interesting game. The Pistons are probably going to lose because that's what they do. 219, I would lean towards the under in that game as well. But again, I don't play over-unders. Don't really do a ton of money lines. That said, we kind of have one in the parlay today, but not a game I really like whatsoever in that contest. Maybe like a Jalen Duran prop, or Terry Rozier has been playing pretty good. Maybe his PRA line, it's at like 23 or something like that. But yeah, just a game I'm going to fade. Cavs and the Knicks got to play in this one. To me, I think the wrong team's favored. I like the Cavs in this. That's one of our best bets. We're going to take I had 3. Cavs plus 3. I'm even fine with 2.5. I just think the Knicks are still kind of trying to find their way. Obviously, the Cavs are pretty established. I like Jarrett Allen to have a nice little day today. That'll be another one of our official plays. I like him for the double-double at plus 120. Let's see, Nuggets and the Raptors. Can the Nuggets put their pieces together? They have not looked good at all, but Raptors are a really good starting point for them. Obviously, they are traveling to Toronto, but not too worried about that. I would lean Denver. We're going to do an alt play on that. Minus 9, I could definitely see it. I actually have this game slated as 114 to 123, so I got it right on the nose. So I'd probably bump that down. Most likely I'll play this and we'll have it in our parlay, but I'll also play it in another one as well. Just maybe bump it down to like 6. All right, Bucks and the Celtics should be an interesting game. Bucks are another team, man. They got to find their way. They don't play D. That's kind of been their calling card. Over 232, I mean, I could definitely see it hitting. Boston's just been red hot. They've been firing all cylinders at home. Really hard to bet against Boston in this situation. That said, 9.5 is a lot. But I would lean more towards like the over in this spot, with the Bucks just deciding they just don't play defense until about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. All right, let's see. Wizards and the Hawks. God, the Wizards suck. I think Trae Young's PRA line's at like 40.5. I was looking into that, but he's been popping off recently. His assist line's at 10.5. Kind of like the under on that, but not going to touch this game. Should be a blowout. That's the only reason why I was leaning towards a Trae Young under, just because he probably won't play most of the fourth quarter. That said, I like the Hawks minus 7.5. Really don't want to touch an over-under in this game. Wizards are just so streaky with their shooting. Rockets and the Spurs. Rockets should get the job done here. Minus 2.5 is really, it's an interesting line. I thought this was going to be 4.5, 5. So I do like the Rockets minus 2.5, but I would probably just go like Rockets money line. The line's just so weird I didn't touch it. There's just something off about that game. All right, Bulls and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies should take care of business here. Bulls are terrible. That said, I do think it's going to be somewhat tight. There actually is a play I like in this. This is going to be Vucevic over 10.5 rebounds, or you could look at his double-double. Double-double was just juiced to like minus 145, I believe, but I do like his over 10.5 rebounds here. Jazz and the Mavs. Mavs should take care of business. One of the beautiful things about the Mavs, if you play a Luka prop, I mean, he stays in for a long time. Even if they're blowing him out, he'll still stay in for longer than most. So I do like him to go over his PRAs of 49.5. 11.5 is a little steep. There's also another play I like in this, and that is going to be Kessler under 8.5 rebounds. This line was 7.5, and it got pretty juiced, so it got bumped up to 8.5. I just think 8.5 is a bit much, especially when we're talking double digits here. So it's definitely one where he may not even play the fourth quarter. Minutes per game have only been like 22, 23 minutes a game. So I just don't necessarily see him hitting this, especially when he's got John Collins backing him up, which is kind of inverse. Collins was the starter for the last half of last season, and you've got Lauri Markkanen in there stealing rebounds from you as well. So I like his under 8.5 rebounds. Trailblazers and the Kings. God, it's just, this is blowout city right here. Trailblazers not good, playing in Sacramento. I was thinking about a DeMar DeRozan under PRA, but it's pretty low. It's like 30.5, 31.5. But I would lean towards the under there. Maybe look at like a Sabonis prop, but yeah, it's just a bad game. Last game on the card, Lakers and the Suns. I was on Phoenix when they were playing in Los Angeles. They were up by 22. Probably should have cashed out, and they ended up losing. So the question for the Suns are that they're doing a great job. 1 through 3 in terms of quarters. They're doing good. Fourth quarter, they just can't maintain a lead. It's very frustrating. I would lean Phoenix -4 just at home. I mean, they got to get this sorted out. I just don't think the Lakers are going to continue this pace. AD's been dominating. LeBron's been kind of acting in this facilitator role. Yeah, I like the AD under 12.5 rebounds tonight at -120. A little bit of a gutsy play, but I do think this hits, in my opinion. So let's talk about best bets. Let's get to the meat here. So we kind of already covered them, but Vucevic over 10.5 rebounds, a little dicey, right? This does have some blowout potential. There is an avenue where he doesn't hit. You can maybe, like I said, double-double. It's going to take a little bit of juice off of you, but it's like -140 something. Kessler under 8.5 rebounds. We already talked about this. I just think they're going to get blown out. Probably a good chance he doesn't play. Lauri Markkanen is going to be stealing his rebounds. Collins is going to be playing. So this seems a little steep for a guy playing about 22, 23 minutes. Pacers Magic under 224. It's a little hard to take a Pacers under with the pace they play, but I do think the Magic will do a good job of slowing the pace down. I could see this. My projections has it at 220, so it's kind of tight, but I like the under 224 here. Cavs +3, we already talked about that. I'm okay with 2.5 as well. Honestly, I would even be fine with money line. I just think the Knicks are still kind of finding their way. They look a little lost. They're just not sinking yet. Cavs obviously have the same pieces in play, so no major changes for them. Jared Allen double-double. We just talked about it. Just good money at +120. Obviously, we got to worry about Evan Mobley stealing some of his rebounds, but I like this. I mean, this is a game that should be somewhat tight, so we should get 4 quarters of good play. The only thing for Allen is, can he stay out of foul trouble? That's him and Jalen Duren. The only thing I get a little nervous about with their rebound props is foul trouble. And then AD under 12.5 boards. I just feel like he's been going at a pretty frantic pace. I wouldn't be shocked if he has a little bit of we won't call it an off night, but he just doesn't play as many minutes, right? He's been at a frantic pace kind of carrying this team. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's got a little bit of a minute reduction from normal tonight. And then parlay I like is going to be the Cavs +6, Indy Orlando under 230. So we're taking alt lines on the Cavs game and then the Pacers game. And then Nuggets -4. So we're taking 3 alt lines there to get us to +204. So those are my leans, best bets. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's free. And we've got the NFL coming up, Monday Night Football. So that video will be coming out here in a little bit.